We went from this,
Hey guys, my name is Ayman and welcome to my channel,
to this.
This is proof why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my Proxy phone on my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel.
Using the same smartphone and a little extra work on this 13-year-old's first YouTube video. And plot twist, he and I have something in common. Can you guess? Let's check it out. Step 1, keyword search. We started with a keyword search for SEO, which should be a better title than my first video. Those keywords had very high competition and a low score. You could use any keyword search tool such as TubeBuddy or Morning Fame and others. We tried the free vidIQ plugin first, and after a little trial and error came up with why gear doesn't matter with a 57 score and low competition. Of course, you probably can do better. The point is, spend some time looking for searchable keywords for SEO. My go-to paid software is Morning Fame. Below you will find a link to try them for 30 days free. Step 2, planning. Next, we outlined a Word document script which should contain the title and a repetition of the keywords in the description below the video. Step number 3, the hook. The plan also included a hook, which is the attention grabbing first few seconds of your video. So instead of starting with,
Hey guys, my name is Ayman and welcome to my channel,
tell the viewer exactly what the video is about in the first few seconds, like so.
This is proof why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my Proxy phone on my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel. Hello my adventurers, this is Ayman and welcome to Ayman's Adventures.
But to go that little extra mile, I started the video with this.
If you can see the difference... Wait, what? Wait. Where's the if you can? Oh. This is proof why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my Proxy phone on my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel.
Much better. Step number 4, script outline. We continued to outline the rest of the script with bullet points and the layout of what we wanted to include in the video. Doing this is a time saver and avoids unnecessary repetition of information in the video. You have a choice between full script or bullet points, or a combination of both. Go nuts. Step number 4, tags. Since we use Morning Fame, we finished off with adding some tags, although it is possible that tags are no longer relevant or becoming less relevant on YouTube. Ain't that right, Rob from vidIQ?
Do video tags on YouTube matter anymore? We get asked this all the time, but why stop there?
Step 5, thumbnail. The thumbnail. Arguably the most important metric to increase your click-through rate. So with a little extra thought, we spent some time doing a custom thumbnail. Okay, it's not going to win any awards, but it's miles better than the original thumbnail from the first video, or even from the second video, although the latter is still better than the former. Before you start to complain, yes, we did use some extra gear for this particular thumbnail, but this much simpler custom thumbnail taken from a smartphone would also have been better than any automated YouTube one. Any guesses yet? No, he's not my teacher. Step number 6, script run test. Now we were ready to read the script out loud and make any necessary adjustments.
This is proof why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my Proxy phone and nothing else in my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel.
Repeat this step until you're happy with how it sounds when reading out loud, and do a final test run before moving on to the actual recording. This is also a great way to gauge an approximate length of the video. Step number 7, setting up the recording equipment. First, we switched to using the back camera as the front-facing camera on this Xiaomi Redmi Note 9T phone is limited to 720p at 30 fps, but for some reason it was only uploaded as standard definition on YouTube. Not important for now. Point is, on most phones the back camera should be the better quality, with this one going up to 4K at 30 fps, but still we left it at 1080p 60 fps, although 1080p 30 fps would also have been quite fine. Step number 8, background. Backgrounds can be ugly and distracting, evidence. So simply switching the viewpoint in the same room gave us a cleaner look with a computer screen, a desk and a shameless product plugin. Of course, you can go all out with creating a more professional look with LED lights and colors or green screen, but you get the idea. Step number 9, lighting. The new filming angle also provided better lighting coming from the natural sunlight from the window, although it was a cloudy day, as opposed to using the single light bulb in the room. Feel free to add some table lamps if you have them. Step number 10, stabilization. We decided to use a small tripod for the first video, although you can do away without one at the beginning, especially if you would be vlogging on the go. But I would highly advise to start off with a cheap static tripod for about £10. This would remove any awful shakiness, which is too difficult to remove in post sometimes. Step 11, audio. Audio is king when it comes to videos.
This is what it sounds like without a microphone.
The microphone on smartphones is certainly better than many onboard mics from cameras, laptops and webcams, but adding a simple mic to your smartphone can make a lot of difference. We happen to already own a headset with mic from Corsair, the HS35, Amazon link below, but you can use any other earphones that came with your phone. I prefer wired over wireless unless it's a high-end one. Step number 12, equipment test and final check before recording. We were now ready to test the whole setup by doing a final run-through practice recording.
Only using my proxy phone and nothing. No, I can't say nothing else. I remember nothing else. Okay. This is why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my proxy phone for my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel.
This crucial step will allow you to check all the equipment through playback and also things like framing, composition, etc. Step number 13, record in small sections. Finally, we lock the exposure on the phone and press record, and only recorded one scene at a time, which was already decided during the planning stage. Okay, we lock the exposure. Shot number 1. 3, 2, 1.
This is proof why gear doesn't matter, as I'm only using my proxy phone on my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel.
Okay, now we're doing shot 2.
When I first started YouTube, I had trouble figuring out what I was going to do for my first video.
This reduces the need to do time-consuming long reshoots in case there are mistakes or equipment malfunction. Step number 14, editing. Once finished, it was time to transfer everything over to our favorite editing software. We're using the free DaVinci Resolve 16 program for now. Don't forget to back up all your footage. Here we used a combination of B-rolls and some simple transition effects to tell a story in a more engaging way than just a talking head video. Show, don't tell. And the final result is a more interesting video than simply pressing record on your smartphone on the fly. How interesting will depend on viewer satisfaction, and this can be highly subjective. As for the objective production quality, although not on a professional level, it's way better than starting your first video like most of us did. Oh, the cringe. Then again, it's probably part of the whole YouTube journey and charm to look back on how far we've come. So okay, we're gonna leave the original video on YouTube, possibly as unlisted, for your viewing pleasure. And finally, step number 15. We uploaded the video onto YouTube, and since this is the first video, we will probably coerce friends and family to watch, like, subscribe and share, unless you think it was worth your time, in which case, do your thing down below. And now, finally, for the plot twist reveal. Dun, dun, dun.
If you can see the difference, you should go check out my dad's channel, Heal My Tech, on a tutorial of how to do this.
Okay, go give him some love. Free shout out. So maybe in this next video, you might meet another person in my entourage, or you might learn how to improve your relationship with tech, including how to make better video content. Go check it out. This was Ash from Heal My Tech. Peace out.